Right, back for more fun on my channel. This time I'm going to be playing Peanuts on Classic Hunger Games Simulator. Are you ready? Shall we begin? We shall indeed. Here we go.
As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Rerun grabs a shovel. Frida clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Interviewer and Lucy fight for a bag. Lucy gives up and retreats. The camp bullies gather as much food as they can. Mayor throws a knife into Sally's chest. Peppermint Patty runs away from the cornucopia. Little red-haired girl runs away from the cornucopia. Secretary takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Snoopy breaks Woodstock's nose for a basket of bread. Captain Miles Standish grabs a backpack and retreats. Patty runs away from the cornucopia. Pigpen falls into a pit and dies. Violet runs away from the cornucopia. Linus, Miss Offmar, First Lady, and Marcy share everything they gathered before running. Shermie runs away from the cornucopia. Charlie Brown snatches a pair of sayus. Franklin runs away from the cornucopia. Schroeder steps off his podium too soon and blows up.
Hang on, 1 sec. There we go. Here goes.
The camp bullies fish. Patty practices her archery. First Lady questions her sanity. Violet makes a slingshot. Miss Offmar discovers a cave. Mayor discovers a river. Franklin questions his sanity. Woodstock discovers a river. Rerun searches for firewood. Shermie kills little red-haired girl while she is resting. Peppermint Patty shoots an arrow into Captain Miles Standish's head. Interviewer defeats Snoopy in a fight, but spares his life. Lucy explores the arena. Frida defeats Marcy in a fight, but spares her life. Charlie Brown hunts for other tributes. Linus discovers a cave. Secretary tries to sleep through the entire day.
OMG.
Linus, the camp bullies, Shermie, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy sleep in shifts. Peppermint Patty stays awake all night. Rerun, Violet, and Woodstock sleep in shifts. Frida loses sight of where she is. Marcy defeats First Lady in a fight, but spares her life. Interviewer, Lucy, and Secretary discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Franklin and Patty sleep in shifts. Miss Offmar is awoken by nightmares. Mayor accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Violet goes hunting. Snoopy searches for firewood. Interviewer goes hunting. Charlie Brown attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Linus, killing them both. Marcy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Shermie collects fruit from a tree. Rerun fishes. Patty searches for a water source. The camp bullies and First Lady hunt for other tributes. Franklin catches Woodstock off guard and kills him. Frida receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Lucy and Miss Offmar work together for the day. Secretary makes a slingshot. Peppermint Patty injures herself.
OMG.
Frida cooks her food before putting her fire out. Peppermint Patty passes out from exhaustion. First Lady receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Marcy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Secretary thinks about home. Violet sees a fire, but stays hidden. Patty screams for help. Miss Offmar and Shermie sleep in shifts. The camp bullies cry themselves to sleep. Franklin, Rerun, and Snoopy cheerfully sing songs together. Interviewer screams for help. Lucy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Frida attacks Snoopy, but Marcy protects him, killing Frida. Rerun stalks Secretary. Patty makes a wooden spear. The camp bullies construct a shack. Peppermint Patty and Franklin split up to search for resources. First Lady, Miss Offmar, and Lucy hunt for other tributes. Interviewer, Shermie, and Violet hunt for other tributes.
OMG.
Lucy stays awake all night. The camp bullies set up camp for the night. Shermie is awoken by nightmares. Peppermint Patty loses sight of where she is. Secretary fends First Lady, Franklin, and Violet away from her fire. Patty tends to interviewers' wounds. Marcy climbs a tree to rest. Rerun stays awake all night. Snoopy looks at the night sky. Miss Othmar questions her sanity.
Oh, wait, hang on. There we go.
Peppermint Patty and the camp bullies hunt for other tributes. Franklin, Rerun, Patty, Lucy, and Marcy hunt for other tributes. Miss Othmar is unable to convince Violet to not kill her. Secretary fishes. Snoopy, First Lady, and Shermie hunt for other tributes. Interviewer picks flowers.
My. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
The camp bullies repeatedly stab Franklin to death with sayus. Snoopy, Shermie, and Peppermint Patty cheerfully sing songs together. Interviewer looks at the night sky. Marcy begs for Rerun to kill her. He refuses, keeping Marcy alive. Violet and First Lady huddle for warmth. Patty stays awake all night. Secretary dies trying to escape the arena. Lucy looks at the night sky. First Lady and Peppermint Patty hunt for other tributes. The camp bullies receive medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Snoopy injures himself. Marcy sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Violet, Interviewer, and Patty get into a fight. Interviewer triumphantly kills them both. Shermie travels to higher ground. Lucy chases Rerun.
My. Keep her going.
Peppermint Patty thinks about winning. First Lady destroys Lucy's supplies while she is asleep. Interviewer stays awake all night. The camp bullies receive fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Shermie receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Marcy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rerun looks at the night sky. Snoopy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Shermie and First Lady get into a fight over raw meat, but First Lady gives up and runs away. Marcy decides not to go to the feast. Lucy decides not to go to the feast. Snoopy decides not to go to the feast. Peppermint Patty, the camp bullies, and Interviewer get into a fight. Interviewer triumphantly kills them both. Rerun falls into a pit and dies. Interviewer collects fruit from a tree. Snoopy overhears Marcy and Lucy talking in the distance. First Lady injures herself. Shermie questions his sanity. Wolf Mutts are let loose in the arena. Snoopy is eaten by Wolf Mutts. Interviewer survives. Lucy survives. Shermie survives. First Lady is crushed by a pack of Wolf Mutts. Marcy survives.
My, oh my.
Shermie defeats Interviewer in a fight, but spares his life. Lucy bashes Marcy's head against a rock several times. Lucy sets an explosive off, killing Interviewer and Shermie. The winner is Lucy from District 2.
Well played. Great game. This is how everyone did, and this is what happened. See you for my next guest. See you for my next video and gameplay, everyone.